Last speaker, Mr. Ferreira, 1 minute.
Senhor President, Commissioner, in this obscure process that's been carried through by the European Commission, there's one thing that's coming through quite clearly: the intention that the Commission has to extend the cost of intellectual property rights and channel that into more profits for large business. And if necessary, it's willing to sweep under the carpet all of the rules of transparency and scrutiny and democratic control. In order to achieve these objectives, if necessary, it's willing to limit access to safe medicines, including generic medicines. It's willing to sweep under the carpet privacy and invade personal freedoms. With regard to access to the market, economic interests are running the show, and it seems to be incompatible with defending the will of the good of the people. That's quite clear.
Thank you very much. I'll give the floor to the Commissioner now. You have the floor.
Mr. President, I must say that listening to the interventions after I have taken the floor, that it comes to my mind that a lot of you have not been exactly listening to what I have been saying, because I made it very clear that we were going to respect the acquis communautaire, that I would try to make sure that the other parties to the agreement give their okay for the disclosure of the text that is presently negotiated. I have made it clear that it would only apply to commercial infringements of intellectual property rights, and I could continue for some time about this. So I am not going to respond again to all these questions that have been put, because honestly I think that I already responded to them in my first intervention. David Martin was putting the question, what when somebody is in fact leaving not only the European Union but leaving a country that is a party to the ACTA agreement? That's an interesting question, because it depends of course where he is going to. If he is going to a country that is not a party to the ACTA agreement, then it will depend upon the customs and police of the country concerned. But that's beyond our reach. As far as it is within our reach, we will make sure that this is not happening, but of course we cannot speak for others. I don't quite agree with the whole reasoning of Sophie in 't Veld on parliamentary approval and parliamentary control. But let me just very clearly say what I think to be the case in the Treaty of Lisbon. The case is that the Council is giving a mandate to the Commission, and the Commission is negotiating, and the Council has taken a decision on a mandate following their own rules of procedure, and whether a minister in the Council of Ministers needs the approval on beforehand of his national parliament, that's not a matter of European law, that's a matter of national law. And that differs from one country to another. I know that in your country, for example, for a lot of that kind of positions, they need the approval on beforehand of the parliament. Okay, but there are other countries where this is not the case. But we should not, I think, judge upon the way the Council is taking a decision, insofar as the Council respects the treaty and their own rules of procedure. I think that's their business and not directly ours. You are, to a certain extent, protecting me that they should not control my iPod. I have no iPod, so there is no problem yet. I have one, in fact, since yesterday, but I don't yet use it, and I'm not going to New Zealand. It's a little bit too far for that. You need officials who have a little bit more time to go there. De hele discussie over de keuken die laat ik voor mevrouw Stassen.
Now.
Well, China is, as you know, Madam Roitova, is not a party to the present negotiations. It is a serious problem, China, because, as you rightly state, they are the #1 source of counterfeit. Now, we have several negotiations with them and discussions with them, also the high-level economic dialogue. Repeatedly we put emphasis on intellectual property rights, which is one of the main problems, not only within internet trade, let's say, but also in a lot of other activities. And ACTA, once concluded, will be open to all countries to sign it, and I hope that China comes to the conclusion that also for their own industry it would be beneficial if there was a better protection of intellectual property rights, and sooner or later that will come. Look at other countries where this also happened in the past. Now they have much more interest for intellectual property rights. I do not quite agree on the interpretation